Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we're back for another brand new video. A brand new video that comes to us on a ridiculously hot day that's not only hot outside, but it is when you slap some lights directly into the Nasher as well. But the only thing that's great and the saving grace for me about doing all this is I'm getting to sit here and do it and sweat profusely with a smile on the Nasher, because that's what I got from that game of football, ladies and gentlemen. I had a beautiful Tuesday and this Rangers team has provided me with a beautiful Saturday, because that becomes as textbook pumping as it gets. We wanted the handbrake off, we wanted attacking football, and we got it in spades this afternoon. And I know it's early on in today's video and I promised myself I was going to try and behave today, so I didn't continue doing my love fest of Tillman and make it all about him. So I'll be very brief at the start of today's video, but that guy is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure if you opened a wee dictionary right now, is the book still a thing? Do people still have books? I don't know. Just check on your Googles, go to dictionary, type in salmon, and you'll see Tillman like this. Because genuinely, the guy can do everything. And I guess the first thing I actually need to do in today's video after the intro is apologise to each and every single person who watched yesterday. No, this is a serious. No, we have to bring the tone down. Like, I need to apologise to every single person who watched yesterday's preview video, because I didn't title that video spoiler alert, because everything that we predicted in that game went and happened. So just in case I've got the luck the new or the rub of the green, or it is going my way, I'd like to predict Margot Robbie responding to one of my Instagram DMs, just putting that out there a little bit to see if it goes. I'll keep you updated right here on the channel. But aye, we're here to talk about Rangers 4, St Johnstone now, and a game of football that genuinely again put a smile on my face for numerous reasons. We got to see Tillman again central, we got to see Big Ben Davies at the left centre back spot, again something we talked about in yesterday's video, and I thought he was promising, and you could see he's a lot more comfortable down that side. And again, it wasn't a perfect performance by Big Ben, but it was comfortable, and you can't say any game we've played this season has been comfortable at that spot. So I'll take what I can get. And aye, the guy that's leading the line, I genuinely couldn't be happier, because I've been disgusted by some of the abuse that this lad is got, both at the professional level and obviously at the punter level. Like, we like to sort of talk down players, talk up these players, we like who we like and everything like that, but some of the abuse this lad has got has left me baffled. But Colak scores yet again, people making it back to back games now that Colak has been the man for Rangers, who I don't know if it's because people were being dismissive of him, and even at a professional level with players that should know better, who didn't exactly have a fantastic start to their Rangers career and everything like that, coming out and digging this lad out and piling on the pressure. But all this guy's went and done is ran his absolute jacksy off and scored goal for Rangers. That's two things that makes me a very happy guy. But again, we'll speak more on Colak as the game recap goes on. I'd also appreciate if everybody couldn't mention the fact that I just clapped my hands. I don't know why that happened. I think it's because I crossed them over and I just tried to commit to it. But if we could just pretend that didn't happen and move on with the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. But aye, let's get in to the actual game recap then, shall we, and talk about the start of this game, because there was a couple interesting selections that again we kind of nailed in yesterday's preview video. But for anyone worrying about Ryan Kent's update, why was he no part of the bench? Is he alright? Is he relapsed? Nothing to panic about at all, ladies and gentlemen. He's just been saved for the massive game, which is PSV, because remember, that's the home game, that's been our bread and butter, so we need that, and we need Ryan Kent. So he's all fine, good to go. He's getting saved for Tuesday so we could unleash the Ryan Kent. And the word unleash there is the perfect transition back in to the game recap, because for me, this was almost like the game we actually unleashed at Tillman, because we've tried him on the left, we've flirted with him in the middle at wee periods of the game, and we've put him out on the right and then flirted with him again, teasing him back into the middle. But this was the game that at ibrox, where again we're going to have a lot of the ball on. Let's see what the kid can do, the 20-year-old American dream. And honestly, he just performed excellent. I mean, the first 5 minutes of the game, he was chasing everyone, interplaying very nice stuff, and ended up chasing the goalkeeper down, putting the pressure on him. He actually turns, blocks the long punt attempt, but unfortunately doesn't really go into the goal. I think Gareth Bale scored a goal like that for Tottenham years ago, when he just pressured the goalie, turned round, and it looked there the keeper. This one, unfortunately, because again, it's us, Disney go that route, it ends up going out. But I just like that, you know what I mean? Him, Colak, Rabi, they've got real energy there, and they want to impress, and I thought it was brilliant in keeping St Johnstone pinned in. However, we didn't do too much to actually test the goalkeeper out, despite him maybe being rattled after that, which is probably the only slight criticism you can have in the opening 15 minutes, until the moment happened, the chance that we always seem to gift away. And I know we won 4-0 and we're all honestly going to have fun in today's video, but there was one moment of madness at the back. Now, it wasn't from a set piece, which is surprising and very exciting to actually say. So hey, well done us for not giving a gift of an opportunity away from a set piece. However, we did give a gift away from an actual cross as it comes down the right hand side of Rangers, floated to the back post. Now Ben is gone up there against Big Blair, and both of them gets caught underneath the ball. Barisic is just behind them, should really just get his head away, but I don't think he's anticipating. I think he's sleeping a little bit. The ball ends up hitting off the crown jewels of his BBs, and it falls right to Blair, who's actually on the deck, and thankfully for us, all people couldn't find his arse with both hands as it ends up rattling it wide from 6 yards, because that was Gilt Edge first ballot Hall of Fame opportunity. We packaged it, we sent it, but they returned to sender like Elvis Presley, and I'm absolutely delighted in that, because that was a moment that could have drastically changed the atmosphere, the game plan, everything. But we got away with it, and aye, that kind of just freed us up, because we give one away every game, and once they missed, I went, oh, this is going to be a good game. Now next, if we can just take a wee brief second to say thank you to Rangers Football Club, because you might have noticed they did stop the game in the 25th minute for us right here on the channel for what they called a water break, but we know for a fact that's a sponsor break to celebrate 55k, so the fact that they done it, why no, for old time's sakes, people, demonetisation or not, go ahead and grab your refreshments. The 55k celebration, celebrate right frickin' now. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break. But as good as that felt for all of us, it seemed to relish and give us an opportunity to get back in control of the match. After coming back from their own sponsor break, they came out, they started playing some beautiful stuff. I'm talking about one touch here, into Lundstrom, into Colak, passing it back to Tillman, who was finding it down the side, who was getting a shot off, but it was eventually going over. But you could see the patterns they play, and some of it was genuinely beautiful. Colak was like the spear of a lot of it. Balls getting fired into him. He was killing it, deed, and playing it back. Him and Tillman starting to build on, which is very, very exciting for me, but we just never had enough to really test the goalkeeper, and that was the biggest issue when you hit with the 25th, 26th minute of the game. But thankfully we didn't have to wait too long for that first shot on target, as Jacko sets up Big Lunny, who has a good shot that's well saved by the keeper, but it goes out for a corner, and Barisic whips the first one in on the money to Ben Davies, but unfortunately the defender just gets that first, and then Barisic with the second opportunity ends up over-hitting it, but it's kind of the way his luck's gone right now. It's almost the worse his crossing is, the better the end results, because he hits it right over everyone. It falls to Scotty Wright, who in my opinion does very well here to identify Tav and get it to him quickly. No faffing about or taking touches. No, give it to the best crosser on the park. Gives it to Tavernier, who's got a wee bit of space, because again, the quick identifying to Scotty Wright, and then Tavernier with time drops it right on a dime, people. When I say on a dime, I mean if you zoomed in on a microscope, you'd see the ball like that. He puts it right into the area you need it, and Big Tillman again, man. After the billboards, the memes, the talking about him leaping like a salmon. This one right here was a king salmon, people, because he's up there like that, and it's the way he controls the ball. It's not even just going up, because you can jump up and get either, but he just always looks in control, and it's frightening, people. It's Closer-esque, if you remember him at that World Cup in 2002. Mine, every goal was just like, hing, hing, hing. Well, that's what Tillman is doing right now. I'll be honest with you, I freaking love it. And love it is what I was feeling in the ticker watching the rest of that first half. With some of the standard of our football was glorious. Again, it was just unfortunate we didn't get that second goal. We had to wait a little bit going in to the second half. But second half comes and goes after a flurry of shots, a McFlurry, if you will. That'd be great right now, because by God, is it roasting, especially with these lights. I feel like I'm fading away. Am I? I don't know what's going on anymore, man. The room's spinning, but what else was spinning was that football, people, because Rabi has a shot that I thought, oh my God, he's absolutely sliced, and he looked like me with a 4-iron, people. Just, it looked all over the place, but it ends up swerving like that. Like somebody was controlling it with a remote control and it curls right in and it rattles the bar and you're thinking, what an effort. That was, and that for me is important because it can be often overlooked, those moments and that, but see if that was the times where we were just passing it, we weren't shooting, it can start to get nervy when you're only 1-0 up against the part the bus hammer throws, because 1-0 up, only 1-0 behind to them, 50, 60 minutes is a job well done. They like that. That's what they plan for and hope to nick something with 10, 15 minutes to go when the crowd's on the back and the home team's pushing. But the fact that we didn't allow teams to get comfortable and were willing to have pops is a fantastic shout to not only the manager but the new signings that we're putting in there. Rabi having pops all the time, Tillman's having pops, Colak's having pops. Doesn't matter if they're going in, but the fact that we're shooting constantly and no letting the game get dragged down is a massive step up from what I saw last year. Speaking of what I saw last year, we had a free kick that was wasted in my opinion, but to be fair it was a close effort from Barisic. But I want to talk about this very briefly because everyone's would have forgot about it. Montgomery was on a yellow card. Lundstrom's running just outside the box. He just pulls him back. Second yellow. That's now the third game in a row. In the SPFL, the referee has bottled a red card with the opposition to Rangers. Now again, that'll no tickle or make the highlights any of the Moonhowlers online complaining that the referees only help Rangers. But I wanted to mention it now because that right there was an absolute bottle job. It was as bad as the first game versus Livy, in my opinion. But aye, everyone's forgot about it because we won. But I wanted to mention it. Referee, stinking. And stinking is what Tillman just made these defenders look every time he got the ball. He's like got this Stephen Davis brain and a 20-year-old attacking, athletic player that can do anything going forward. He just sees the game differently for me, and that's the biggest attribute I can give him. You just look at him and you say, oh, he sees picture after picture after picture, and you see it in the 58th minute when he just does that trick that I can't even explain to you. Sets up Scotty Wright, who actually does a very good cross here. He didn't put many good crosses in, but this one was, and Colak was unlucky. He goes for the overhead kick and ends up kicking it off his hand. But where he was unlucky on that occasion, he got the rob of the green just a minute or two later, where Rabi was running down the left hand side, and Matondo does so well here with his pace on it. Again, he tried and he tried. Wasn't he spectacular every time? He didn't beat his man every time, but he tries, people. He gets the defence running, and that tires them fricking out. And this one here is, I'd say it's a good anticipation, good aggression for him, but he obviously gets a wee bit lucky as the ball bounces. Then he just comes in and nails him. Just goes and nails. That's a tricky winger that's coming in with a slide challenge. The ball finds his way to Colak, whose first touch is good, but his second touch, people, Chris Boyd is sitting smiling like this. Because that's what that man made a career on, people. The touch and finish scoring for Rangers. And is there questions the offside? I don't know, people, but don't dare mention it to me after what happened in Livingston. Again, I've seen some people tweet out it was offside. Didn't look at it from my angle. But if it is, I'll comment it in the comment section below. But for me, it's all about the turn, the swivel, and the pivel. I tried to rhyme that there, and pivel's not a word, but I'm going to keep it in, though, because this guy is what a striker's all about. He's a proper striker for me. It's just his movement and his footwork. And some people are saying, aye, but he just scores for a yard out, or he's just scored this, or it's a touch and score. He's not, but that doesn't matter, people. It really, really doesn't. All these ugly goals count up in a season. And again, if you go back to last year, what we could have done with 10, 15 more ugly goals in a game, I'm happy with that. That boy will score goals for us, especially in the SPFL, and that's what we want to be lifting at the end of the season. And I'll tell you something right now, if we are, that boy's played a major part of it, because for me, he's the best finisher now at the football club. Because again, we don't know where Roof's situation is and if he's going to move on. I always had Roof above Morelos in terms of finishing ability. No, as a striker, as a finishing ability. And for me, all I'm seeing is Colak touch, shot, touch, shot, touch, shot. And all of them are pretty much going in when he's in and around the area. So I love the big man. And again, he continues to keep the jersey on his back, and for me, it's his to lose. Now that's 2-0 in pretty much game, set, match, but we didn't see the game out and start getting passive and play with the handbrake on. No, that's flung over the shoulder as we went for their throat, and we went to really put a marker down, which is all we've been asking for, especially at Ibrox. Make it a fortress. Again, I thought Gio did that with his substitutions. On comes Scotty Arfield, Lawrence, Morelos, and they all sort of had their part to play. But the next thing I want to talk about is the next goal in the game, because the ball gets played to Rabi, and I told you people, he's that fast. You only ever see him like that or like that, because that's what the goalie saw, as well as he ran all the way around him. You see the goalie, what's just happened there? It looked like one of the extras in the Flash TV show, just like hair all up and down the place. And then what I love about Rabi is he gets his heat up. He doesn't panic. He doesn't try and muster a shot. No, he calms it down, takes his moment, then finds Scotty Arfield with one of his trademark runs. He's running, he's saluting. I did laugh that he hit it right down the middle, by the way. I'm pretty sure he's watching these videos there, Sir Scotty, but he hit it right down the middle, he scored. And for me, he backs up everything I've said about the laddie. When he starts, he infuriates me, but when he comes on for the bench, he can be such an impact player, because that's his role now for me. He's an impact player. When he's running at tired defenders, he's clever runs, he creates his own space, and again, he's at the right place at the right time to put Rabi's second assist of the game in to the back of night. So I'm saluting. I'm like, my thumbnail sorted, but we weren't finished just yet. There is one more goal to break down painfully in this heat, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I think my heart's leaking. I think the heart's leaking, troops. I don't know if that's a good sign or no. If you see this video, hopefully I'm alright. If you didn't, you'll probably see it in the news, now that I think you're it. But anyway, we're continuing with the video, because there's the last goal to talk about, and it came for the man who I was singing the praises of all week, and everybody I talk about this guy especially. It is none other than Tom Lawrence, and it's actually the two substitutes combining. Tom Lawrence drives with the football, passes it down to the right hand side. The ball eventually finds its way to Scotty Arfield, who hits it into the middle, and Lawrence with his own trademark run into the mixer to tap it away, wrap up the game 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. And it genuinely could have been more, and that's brilliant that I get to sit here and say that again, because this is the attacking football we know we can do. And for me, the new signings are showing what they're all about, because Big Ben at the centre-back spot, clean sheet for him. Looked very, very comfortable. Again, not a perfect performance, but is anyone perfect on in itself? It's his first start out. That's more than enough in terms of what we've had there previously. We had a Colak goal, another new signing. We had Rabi Matondo getting 2 assists. We had a Tillman goal. We had a Lawrence goal. All these new players are showing what we're lacking this season, and for me, it's something to be really, really encouraged by and excited by, no matter who the opposition or how bad we made them look. It's what we're able to do in our bread and butter, which is the SPFL, and the players are showing, especially the new guys, that they're more than capable of actually bringing it. But it wasn't just them. I thought Jacko and Lundstrom battled and won everything in the middle of the park. I thought they were outstanding this afternoon. In fact, I think Jacko won the Rangers TV man of the match, and Lundstrom won the official man of the match, which just says that all there, people, we've got a real team right there. And that's my thoughts and opinions on the fricking game. Buzzing with it. Love the new signings, love the old guard coming in there and that as well. And I'd be interested to see who your man of the match is. And also, how do you feel about Colak now? Because I know so many didn't like him. Are you starting to go this way with the big laddie? It'd be fantastic to see what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. But before we wrap up today's video, as always, I'm going to finish it the way I always do, with a thank you for watching. I will see you on Monday, which will be the preview for PSV. So it's a massive game in itself. So I'll spend the next couple of days looking into fricking them for you right here on the channel. But again, enjoy the weekend. I think it's the turn Monday, Tuesday. So have fun. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll see you on Monday. Take care of yourselves. All the best, and bye-bye.